All right, so it's Millennial Consultant with Einar Michaelson. Einar, thank you for doing this as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so we've mostly done, what your thoughts were at the office of the client, right?
Yeah.
That's what we've been focusing on for the first couple quarters here. Now you're out and about. You're going to conferences, you're networking. What is it like in the world of being a consultant in places where you used to speak and give us case studies? Is very much appreciated. From a BFSI perspective, how has that world changed for you?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Earlier, we had more opportunity to speak without having to pay for it. So that's a big difference. Also, like when you're a speaker, then people obviously want to come more and kind of listen to what else you have to say. Now you have to be more proactive to kind of get to talk to customers and be more active.
Be more active. And, we talked last time about trust. And, when I'm the internal team, not necessarily C-level folks or top-level management, but when I'm, kind of front lines, I see Einar coming and I'm thinking, oh, this guy's trying to sell me something. I would imagine that is increased tenfold when you're at something like a conference.
Yeah, because everyone is trying to sell something, right? I guess it's quite different. It is.
So what do you, understanding that that's how people are seeing you differently, understanding what your goals are for the event, what are your goals? If you go to just any event?
For me, it's just to talk to customers and kind of get our potential customers or existing customers, just to get a feeling of where they're at and what they want to do next. And then maybe after the conference, pick up the contact and see if we can do something more with them. We'll obviously have to kind of provide some value for them. But now we've been kind of nurturing the relationship to existing clients as well. We have some clients at this conference that we're at right now. It's actually the first RPA conference in Norway. So that's quite cool.
All right, so let's split this up. As far as existing clients, how does the conversation differ at an event from when you're in, their offices? Is there a difference in conversation at all?
Like they get some new input from seeing different speakers, so they get maybe a bit broader perspective on things, and I think that's good for us as well, because then we don't have to kind of come in with these things and seem like we're trying to sell them something. It's more like, oh, what can we do with this? Or what can we do with this? I've seen these guys are doing this. Can we also do that? I think that's a quite useful thing for our existing clients.
As opposed to you having to say, this is what we're hearing from other folks.
Yeah.
From other folks.
Yeah. And it's best to hear it firsthand. So I think, that's a big difference. And I think that's really good for us that our clients is out and learning and seeing what others are doing.
Having said that, what are you hearing? Not necessarily specifically at that conference, but what have you heard kind of on the street, which is different than what you had been sharing with clients or had been thinking yourself?
I think the conversation is almost the same all the time. Is okay, people want to add AI into their processes. We want to combine things or RPA solutions with digital services. And I think that's kind of the main things that we're seeing or hearing.
So you say this is what we have been hearing, this is what we are hearing. What is the absolute biggest roadblock for that occurring? Is it simply data?
Yeah, that's always a big issue, but sometimes it's the data part. Sometimes it's more about organizational things. I had an existing client come up to me and talk about different ways to organize uh, your RPA or automation initiatives, because they hear that other people are doing it differently than they are doing. And it's like, yeah, but every organization is different, so you have to kind of adapt to the organization. And they said that okay, they saw um, another company doing a federated model, and it's like, this would never work for us. I'm so happy we did it in a centralized way. And I think it's cool to see different perspectives and things.
The evolution of the understanding from the practitioner perspective of, okay, I'm
Yeah,
seeing, I kind of would love that. I'm seeing that. I can see how that would never work, and kind
yeah,
of then, weaving the right plan together. All right. So, main thing that I'm hearing from you is everybody wants artificial intelligence, and
mm,
everyone is not necessarily ready for it. Two big
yeah,
roadblocks. Number one is we don't have the right data. Number two is, and they might be both, and they might be, one or the other. Number two is your organization is not ready for this. Simply.
yeah. And often people want to go, all right, we want to do AI, but it's like you have to get RPA right before you can go into AI, or you have to get the data right. You have to build a platform for your data. You have to know what data you're going to use, in what frequency you want to sample data, and make sure it's labeled correctly, and everything. So it's a journey that people are now starting to embark on, but I think most organizations are not that mature. And if you have the right data, then you have to label the data correctly to be able to use it, because the systems, even though they're supposed to be intelligent, they're quite stupid. and and then you have to learn the systems to be intelligent, right?
So that, I mean, there's one thing is the systems thing, but what I'm hearing from you is I also have to know where I want to go and where I want to
Yeah,
be after
yeah,
I have infused artificial intelligence into my enterprise. It does me no good to just do it if I don't know where I'm going.
yeah. And I think the worst thing that you can do is to just hire a bunch of data scientists and like, all right, let's do AI, because that's never going to work. It's I think it's the same thing as with RPA. It's you have to have the people, you have to have the processes, and you have to have the data. You have to have the technology. Technology is really the easy part.
It's all for, and your people have to be right for your organization. It does you no good to bring in these brand new, newly minted data scientists who have just graduated and have their PhDs. That's like
Yeah,
basically buying a Lamborghini and having no gas, right? The
yeah,
Lambo
yeah,
does you no good without any fuel, and if it's an electric, you have no electricity. You take my point, right?
yeah. And it's like in an organization, you have to get everyone up to a certain level of kind of digital competency, and then you have to have some that's a bit more competent, and then of course you have to have the technology evangelists. So if you have one data scientist, that's enough. And really, like in Norway, you don't want to compete with Facebook and Google for the best data scientists. The best data science happens in Silicon Valley. So, and they're giving it away for free. So basically, what you need in like countries like Norway is data engineering people that understand how this fits into your processes, how you get the people on board, and yeah, how to fix the data.
That's it. How to fix the
Yeah,
data, get your process right. They're giving AI away for free in Silicon Valley is what Einar Michaelson said. And we're going to leave that as a cliffhanger, and we'll talk about that next time if that works for you.
yeah, Yeah, sure, sure.
All right, my friend. Millennial consultant Einar Michaelson, thank you so much for, checking in on the road. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, happy to do it.